Hello, this is Karen Burniston, and today I have an assembly video for one of my die sets. This is die number 1018, the Winter Charms, and you can check out all of my designs at karenburniston.com. These are the 6 charms that you can make with the set. You've got big and small versions of gingerbread men, evergreen trees, and snowflakes. First up is the gingerbread men. There are 8 individual dies in the set. I've got them here on a magnet sheet for the video. And then I'm going to grab the pieces that I need to make the 2 gingerbread men charms. So I'll need these 3 pieces for the big one, and then I'll just need this one for the little one. For the large gingerbread man, there's this piece that does the outline, and then you've got a piece to nest inside that does the detail. So you'd use those nested together when you're cutting the gingerbread color. And then this piece here is the little frosting details out on the ends of the arms and the legs, and I typically do those out of white. Any die cutting machine that can accommodate a wafer thin die will work with my dies. I'm using a Sizzix Big Shot. For the small gingerbread man, there's a stencil feature, which is how you get all of the detail onto the charm. And I'm going to use my white Sakura Jelly Roll pen and just go in there using that stencil feature and add all of those details to the charm. So how easy is that? Just a single color cut and a white gel pen, and you've got this cute little charm. Okay, just removing the last of my frosting pieces out of the die, and let me get the other die taken off of there. And now you can see the detail piece that's done by nesting those 2 dies together. There are holes now for the detail of the gingerbread man, and then whatever color is glued up behind that is going to be the color that shines through those details. For the frosting pieces, I just like to use my fine tip bottle filled with LINECO neutral pH adhesive, add a little line of glue out on the ends of the arms and the legs, and then glue those frosting pieces into place. So now I'll use just the outline die alone on some white cardstock to create a solid gingerbread man charm that can go behind the one that has the detail. That will then provide color to all of the details in the charm. So I am excited to say that we have the Fineline company now making us our own 20 gauge fine tip bottle. You can get these on our website. They do come empty, so you need to fill them with glue of your choice, although my favorite, and we sell that as well, is the LINECO neutral pH adhesive. Gluing those 2 pieces together then completes the assembly of the large gingerbread man charm. So now let's look at the evergreen trees. So the evergreen trees, very straightforward, just single piece charms, but they do have a pretty cool stencil and emboss feature, so I'll demonstrate that. First, I'm going to die cut the pieces. If you are unsure what pieces and sandwich you need for your machine to emboss a wafer thin die, just check Google. You can find out anything on Google or YouTube. The Sizzix sandwich needs an impressions pad, a silicone rubber, and those 2 together will replace your bottom cutting pad. The stencil and emboss feature is optional. If you just pop it out of the die, you'll see you've got a nice flat tree. But if you'd like to really highlight that pattern, leave the paper in the die and put it on your embossing sandwich. Oh, and I need to make sure that I'm at the height for an embossing folder. So for me, that means I need to remove my solo thin die adapter. And if you're using a tabbed platform in your Sizzix Big Shot, you would use tab 1. I complete my sandwich with a regular cutting pad and roll that right through my machine. Now with it embossed like this, you could brush some ink over the top to really highlight that embossing, or you always have the option to use the stencil feature. And I'll use my white gel pen again to go in there and put all of that pattern onto the trees. And that goes for the small tree as well. So that's just a quick and easy way to highlight those trees, give them a little pattern using that stencil feature. The final 2 charms are snowflakes. You know, I really don't have any tricks with these ones. They're just dies. You just die cut them, poke out all of the confetti, and you've got a big and a small snowflake. Okay, let's see these dies in action on a few card ideas. The charm accordion die number 1007 came out in the spring release, and so these charms are sized to fit that die perfectly. So you've got the 3 big charms that'll fit on the pages, and then you have the 3 small charms that will hang in the little charm frames between the pages. And what's great about the charm accordion is how generic it is. Obviously, whatever charms you put with it, that's what theme it becomes. You don't always have to use the charms as charms. It's easy enough just to remove or cover the little holes, and then they become elements that can be used for any type of card. In this case, a cute gingerbread scene using the new house and fence pop-up. And then one last idea here, again with the bigger charms used on the front of the card, and then inside is the new pop-up Christmas tree die set, and I've added the small charms here just to kind of highlight the greeting. You can see photos of these cards that I'm showing in the gallery on our website. Just go to KarenBurniston.com and then click the gallery tab. And hopefully I've convinced you how versatile these winter charms are and how well they coordinate with everything else in the summer 2017 collection. If you click on the website link, you'll go to KarenBurniston.com, where you can find out information about purchasing these dies, as well as links to all of my other social media accounts. You can subscribe to this YouTube channel and check out some of my other videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.